Relax, sit back as we fill your mind with spooky true crime stories of the deranged, unhinged, and absolute pure evil murders that will blow your mind. Some places we will visit to show you around and educate you on the history. Other times we will bring you to the paranormal because the dead never lie silent for too long.
Be the last time anybody sees us alive. I don't know where she has us, but we're gonna get fucking killed. Hello? Gina, there is a beehive over there. Do you see that in the hole?
Buckle up, Buttercup.
Welcome to 50 States of Madness.
Welcome to 50 States of Madness.
Hi, good evening, everyone.
Hello, how are you?
I'm doing good. Just got off
Good.
work right now, and so ready. I'm at my third job right now.
Oh, God.
I
Your
love
third.
this.
All right.
How's your
Uh,
leg going? Those of you who don't know, and you can follow us on Instagram,
oh,
Gina,
well.
the Squid Games.
Let me show you.
There it is. Well, right there already. I'm sorry, you guys got to start dropping money for those legs. I had the wrap on my leg today too, and I just took it off. But I have shin splits, but you actually tore a muscle in your leg doing
Yeah. Plain red light, green light.
yes. But we had so much fun doing it.
It was so much fun. I would totally go back and do it again.
It
Um,
was me, you, and Heidi from Rare Form Radio. If you guys
yeah.
don't
It
know it,
was
check it out. But
yeah, it was so much fun, and I honestly thought that it was gonna be like, I don't know, like more rigorous and more like I really was like, I'm gonna have to run, I'm gonna have to jump over things. And it was like, I mean, I don't want to give it away for anybody who's gonna do it. So mute right now if you don't want to know what happens, but it's like mostly mind games. Like,
yeah. And there was only like what a couple that were even that was the most physical was red light, green light. But the rest were just kind of not so physical, just yeah, like you said, more mind, more memory,
yeah,
skill kind of. But you've never watched an episode of Squid Game
never. Nope,
and you
never.
still had a great time.
I did. It was like, I mean, the games that they played were to me like freaking genius. Like,
Yeah.
because they look, when you like originally go in there, you're like, oh, this is easy. Like, I got this, no problem. They're not. They're
They're,
hard.
they're not, yeah. And Heidi and I, we watched the show, and most of the games aren't even on the show. Like red light, green light is, I mean, they have a marble game, but it's a different type of marble game.
I kind of wanted to play the cookie game and we didn't get to play that.
There was no cookie game, but the set was freaking amazing. It was like you walked on the set of it. And oh, and we got to play my favorite was that battleship. Like you sunk my
That
battle.
was that was very cool. I played that as a kid.
It was awesome being
It
in the
was,
boat. Huh.
yes, like it was like real life battleship.
I want one of those for my house. Like where you
Imagine.
I know. That was so awesome. But yeah, so Gina's a little injured and so we're
Yeah. Thank God it happened on the last game, so I got to participate in all of them.
yes.
Um, but I was watching Rare Form Radio yesterday, and Heidi was talking about it, and Dan told Heidi, you're gonna hyperextend your knee.
And she wasn't the one who did that.
Yeah, so
You.
like I knew it was gonna be one of you.
Yeah. That's hilarious.
Yeah, so
We are
but
on here
anyway,
because
um we kind of
Gypsy Rose
wanted to,
Doctor.
yeah, we kind of wanted to just talk. We did like a little short clip of our thoughts and feelings, and I know that there's tons and tons and tons of videos, out in the universe right now about her. But I just wanted to talk like a little bit about our feelings about her, and like not the case itself, but just kind of
Well,
what's gonna
yeah.
where's she gonna go from here?
Well, we kind of touched on that at the end of ours because we covered it sort of when she was about ready to be released. And then we did a
Yeah.
little short thing where like, okay, she's released, but we kind of touched on like therapy, things that she needed to take care of for herself and not get thrown into the world.
Right.
She does answer a few of those questions because other people kind of have those questions for her, like about prison, what was it like, and coming out. And I found it very interesting when she was on The View. She mentions how prison actually helped her transition into the real world because
Yeah.
she thinks if she would have went straight from being out of her mom's care into the real world without prison first, it would look a lot different for her right now.
Yeah, I know that she did make a comment that she felt like when she was in prison that she was free. Like
Yeah.
that was as much freedom as she had ever had in her life, which is totally believable.
Yeah.
And I do want to like preface this whole conversation that we're going to have that by no means am I taking away by any statement that I've made or I'm going to make. By no means am I taking away from what she has gone through and what her mom did to her. By no means am I taking any of that away from her. Um,
And also, by no means are we saying that murder's okay. And
no,
she even says that too, that no one should resort to murder. There are other options out there.
yeah,
And if you feel like you're in a relationship like that or you're trapped, that there's other options other than murder.
right. Um, but I did see that she made an Instagram post. I want to say it was yesterday or the day before. And I think so let's just back up a little. So she comes out and she's immediately like thrown into I'm going to do so and so's podcast. I'm going to be on this talk show. I'm going to record
Morning
this.
news.
Like it's just she literally has been everywhere. And so I feel like she just came in hot with all that. Like literally just nonstop.
Well, I was gonna say, like 1 week after she's released, she's on The View. It was only a week after. I
Yeah.
mean, days later, she's on the Today Show being interviewed.
Yeah, she did Good
That's
Morning
a lot.
America. Yeah, she did Nick Vile's podcast, which I do watch and listen to. And it's hard because I feel like and again, I feel like this is whoever is managing her or in charge of her. It's just like now she's got like a full face of makeup and she's like getting my eyelashes done. And it's just this whole thing of like Jeffree Star wants to collaborate with Gypsy Rose and like she's just I don't know. I feel like she's been given a false sense of what this is really going to be for her because what she really should have came in hot to was therapy
Yeah.
because she was not required or she didn't qualify for therapy
That's
while
ins-
she was incarcerated, which is kind of odd to me. I don't understand how somebody that's been through everything that she has, how she doesn't qualify for some sort of therapy, but
I
yet
think
it's part of her parole.
but I think everybody should qualify for therapy. All
And
of us on the outside should have therapy.
and
Everybody should have
nobody,
a
I
therapist.
mean, and the majority of us that go to therapy have not been through anything close to what this girl has been through. So how she doesn't qualify for therapy while she was incarcerated is just beyond to me. I don't understand it.
Honestly, I didn't. This is surprising to me, and I'm going to put out there what little I know about prison. But I would think that every single person that's put into the prison system should be required therapy regardless of what they're in there for.
Yeah.
Just because prison is so intense, not saying that no coddling, no, babying them, no, you know what I mean? They're in there for a reason, but I think everybody should get therapy just so that they can, if by any chance people are let out on back onto the street, that they have tools that they can use so they don't reoffend.
Yeah.
And we're not put in jeopardy and we're not in danger as people who are out here,
Yeah.
for, you know, pedophiles, rapists, even armed robbery, which can go wrong. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, I feel like everybody should. And where do they throw that anger? Where do they throw
Yeah.
their emotions? They need to learn how to manage it. And I just don't understand. I'm, like I said, I'm blind and I'm dumb to the prison system, because I'm really surprised by you saying this, that not every single prisoner has to see a therapist.
Well, and the way that she explained what prison was like for her too was, most of us just obviously assume that you're in a prison cell
Mhm.
and you have a bunkmate or a cellmate. Um,
Because
she explained it,
we all visit Alcatraz and
right?
all hardcore prison.
Yeah. But she explained it like she had her own key to her room per se. Um, so
Like
like
a
nobody was
facility.
allowed in there. Like it was like her own little, I don't know, like studio suite, something. I don't know. But yeah,
That's
the way she explained
crazy.
it didn't seem to me like she was in a cell.
Yeah.
So I was a little confused by that when she was talking about that. But I think that I think that she's gonna get used to it. I hope she doesn't, but I think that she's gonna get used to the glamour, the glitz of everything.
Well,
And then
she
when
has to,
all this dies down, you know, where's she gonna go? What is she gonna do? Like, obviously, she's making a Lifetime movie, book deals, like she's got everything. So of course, I don't feel like money is going to be an issue for her. But I'm talking more mentally than anything, because I feel like, she comes out and she's just like the superstar,
I
It's
was
like
gonna
Kim
say,
Kardashian walking down the street.
she has this sense that she can, because she's talking about going to the Kansas City Chiefs game and wanting to meet Taylor Swift, and because Taylor Swift helped her get through it, and to have that idea that I'm going to go to this game and meet this
Yeah.
mega celebrity singer, like I,
Just because
it
you are
shows,
who you are.
yeah, it shows your maturity level at that point, in your lack of understanding of being here in the outside world, which
Uh-huh.
they created for her, because that's of no fault of her own, with people trying to reach out to her, get her on their shows, talk to her. And I'm sure some celebrities, like you said, Jeffree Star reaching out to her for a collab, and so she does have the sense of like, oh, people want to meet me, so
Yeah.
therefore maybe I should put out there the people I want to meet, because they're probably wanting to meet me too.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel like it's
Sorry, I'm off. Sorry, my nose is, I got allergies. I was trying to be all discreet.
I just feel like it's kind of glamorizing the actual situation at hand, like what actually took place. um and when you hear her talk now about, on the Nick Vile podcast that I listened to, when you hear her talk about how all of this happened and all this went down, I almost kind of feel like she's not taking much responsibility for it. It's kind of, she is taking responsibility for it, but not at the rate that she should be, I feel like. Um, I think she's not looking at it, which again, it's her, but I feel like she is a manipulator. I feel like she manipulated Nick.
Well, it's funny because, okay, now that you say that, only because, and we both watched the same video about the guy who was the doctor who read her body language,
Yeah, so
talking about
uh,
her body language. And that was one thing he says that he doesn't feel she is. So
right.
I see you're in a little bit of a disagreement with him when it comes to that about and I want to get his name, and that's why I'm trying to look. And you
It's
sent it to me.
Dr. G. My friend Ren, um, shout out to Ren. Um, Ren sent me a video of a doctor who analyzed her body language from her initial interview, and then when she was on the stand, I guess.
Yeah, the trial against the guy who she was speaking for the prosecution against the guy who actually killed her mother,
Right.
her ex-boyfriend. Yeah,
And
it was
it didn't go the way I thought it was going to go when I originally started to play it. That's not the direction I thought it was going. I thought this guy was going to be like, look, she's lying here, she's lying here, she's lying here. And that wasn't his conclusion to all of this.
no,
And
he
I
could
agree,
tell.
but the funny part is I agree with him. I agree with him because she was very well spoken. She wasn't, you could tell she wasn't nervous.
Yeah.
Um, and that had to have been a nerve-wracking situation, regardless if you're guilty or innocent, to be sitting up there and having to talk about stuff and relive all of that. Like that's just nerve-wracking in general.
And to admit your part in it, in the
Right.
murder. Because she said the plan was, I'm the one who supplied the knife, I'm the one who gave him the gloves.
Mhm.
She was initiated a lot of the plan
Yeah.
for her mother's murder. And so she did admit to it, and he read like how you lick your lips and what does that mean, and what does it mean when you raise your eyebrows, and how she when she does and when she doesn't do it. So he does analyze, and he says that she doesn't appear to manipulate,
Mhm.
but you saw her on a podcast. Are you
Yeah, yeah, I did. I watched the Nick Vile podcast. I just, but it's not even that one in particular. It's just kind of everything that she's kind of put out recently.
Yeah.
I feel like it's kind of being brushed over, the fact that she absolutely, in my opinion, manipulated this kid. He's autistic, and we've gone through this. Like, he has schizophrenia, he's on the autism spectrum, and he said himself, like, I would have done anything for her.
Yeah.
And I think that she knew that and took advantage of it. Like, I just, and again, I'm not downplaying for one single second
What
what
she,
she has gone through, what she went through. Like, by no means am I saying that, because that I can't even imagine being put in that position and living that life for as many years as she did. Um,
and the abuse that she went under, being chained up for two
everything.
weeks,
Like,
having to
just
go potty in a pail in her pants, having surgeries,
horrible.
multiple surgeries that she did not need.
Didn't even need.
Yeah, the one where they removed her salivatory glands. I don't even know if I'm saying that correctly, just because the mom put, something in her mouth to make her drool.
Yes.
I'm just surprised at you hear horror stories, and I'm going to go to one of them that was recently in the news, and they did a documentary on it, and I wish I can remember the name of it, and somebody just, write it down in the comments if you know who I'm talking about. But the one girl whose mother killed herself because her daughter had a condition, she was advocating for her because she was a nurse, she knew the medication she needed, and these doctors at this one particular hospital ends up calling social services, CPS, takes the daughter away, doesn't allow her to talk to her daughter. Her daughter's in a lot of pain. She can't deal with her daughter being in all this pain. the mom ends up killing herself. I don't know if you've seen this.
Mm-mm.
And they just won recently a big multi-million-dollar award settlement, the mom and the dad, the daughter and the dad, because of this case. And I wish I can come up with the name from the top of my head. But something like that, where there's a mom advocating and please, my daughter needs this help. And the daughter saying in these people come in and the state comes in and one person says this mother's not good and it gets taken away. But yet Gypsy Rose mother is doctor shopping for all this stuff. If one doctor doesn't give her what she wants, she moves to another doctor. She keeps changing them. One doctor gets suspicious and curious. So then you just move doctors and move towns and you're manipulating the system and getting housing, the humanity and what is it called? I don't know. You know me, you know what I'm talking about.
Habitat for Humanity.
Habitat for Humanity jumps in and all this stuff for this girl, but not one CPS, like no one comes to rescue her. So I'm just blown away. But and surgeries are being done. Like
Yeah.
it's amazing to me. But yeah, I'm just it's just crazy how uh it's just how nobody helped her. And
Yeah.
nobody saw it, even though the family was suspicious too.
Yeah.
The mother's family was suspicious.
Yeah. And I mean, they were suspicious of her having played a part in her own stepmother's death.
Yes.
And
But
I think after a certain amount of time, but again, you also have to realize that it was, they moved a lot. And I think anytime somebody became suspicious of her, she would up and move. Because if you were to spend any good amount of time with them, I think it would become very, very, very obvious that there was something wrong.
yeah, and that's probably why they moved around a lot.
Yeah, because she was obviously afraid of that and took her out of school and did all of that. Um but I just really I hope for her. I saw going back to the Instagram post that I was talking about. So I saw her post on Instagram just recently that she talked about part of her parole um being that she had to have a job, that she had to seek therapy, that she had to do a bunch of things. And what she said that she wanted to do was to educate people on Munchausen by proxy and to try to give people the warning signs and all of this. So on her Instagram post, she's basically just talking, saying she pretty much reads verbatim from the dictionary, the textbook definition of Munchausen, and just kind of goes over, I guess, warning signs and stuff like that and what to look for, and which is great. Absolutely wonderful to put the word out there. But more, she needs to do more. Like, this isn't, you can't just sit there and read out of a dictionary and that's going to be your therapy and this is going to be your job, is to educate people. That's not how you're going to go about doing it. And I think that we are, like, everybody who is trying to do collabs with her and do this and do that are doing her a huge disservice, because she's getting this false sense of what her life is really needs to look like.
Or maybe they can, I can see where, I mean, it helps. She gets money, she gets income, but to maybe make it as a condition of, like maybe, you're getting this help, the people around her, step in, take control, kind of, what they did with, I don't know, Lindsay Lohan, Britney Spears, not like, but I mean, but like, you know what I mean? Like, where you can't, like, I think she needs it more than,
Yeah,
like,
who's
she's
in
the one who
charge
needs
of her?
the team
I
that goes,
get it.
yes.
Yeah, like she's an adult. She's a grown adult, and I understand that. But
Her mental age though is not an adult.
no, and
Not in
you
her
can
30s.
tell by the way that she acts, and you can tell, which is understandable.
Yeah.
I mean, her childhood was taken from her,
Yes.
and she was led to believe that she was younger than she really was, and you can just listen to her talk and know that.
Yeah.
Her
Although
voice itself.
she's done a lot better in some of the
No,
interviews.
she absolutely has.
She's done a lot better. And just to throw back, it's the show's called Take Care of Maya, just so we know. So
Oh,
it's
okay.
through John Hopkins Children's Hospital in Florida, and they had been found liable in the wrongful death of oh, I'm gonna pronounce her, you know what? I don't even of the mother, because I
Okay.
think it's pronounced B- I'm trying to remember from watching the show. Beata, Beata, it's Beata. How would you say that? Beta, Beata?
TA.
Yeah,
B.
Beata. But the way they pronounce it's very different. She's
Huh,
yeah.
I don't know.
But anyways, so yeah, her daughter's name was Maya, and yeah, but that's another one if you want to go check it out. I think it's on Netflix, but it's a really good show. But anyways, but yeah, I just feel like with Gypsy, she just needs conservatorship until she can learn how to navigate.
Yeah. And
Right.
it's hard
And
because
she's married, so maybe he's hopefully he's helping her for her best interest, but
I don't
that's a
know.
whole other probably topic.
Yeah, I don't know exactly how I feel about him either,
Yeah.
because I feel like she's been in a lot of relationships, and she's somebody who just gravitates towards anybody that's going to show her in any form of attention, good, bad, or the other. And this man may have 100% wonderful intentions. Um, but I just it just scares me. It scares me a little bit for her future.
Yeah.
And, especially with her doing all of this and probably making a lot of money. Um, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. Um, but
I'm
I
wishing
just
her the best of luck.
yeah,
And
I really just hope that she is getting the help that she needs, the therapy, the counseling, the all of it, and it's got to continue. Like this is not like a 6-week treatment plan. Like this girl is going to need help for the rest of her life. I feel like there's so much that she has that's suppressed that probably hasn't even come to the surface yet. And because
yeah.
that's what she had to survive.
Well, I'm thinking like minimum, as long as she was under her mother's care, is the amount of years she's going to need therapy for.
Hmm.
And like you said, if not longer, if not for the rest of her life, just somebody to talk to. It doesn't have to be every day, it doesn't have to, but I'm
Yeah.
just hoping that she surrounds herself with really good people with really good intentions that are there for her best interest, not
Yeah,
for the
because
interest of making money, not for the interest of advertising, not for the interest of collabing, but
yeah,
just
I mean, now we're gonna have like a Gypsy Rose eyeshadow palette, or
it's a cool name.
I mean, like, you know, I don't know. I just I can't. Um yeah, I don't know. It's just it's a slippery slope when it comes to stuff like that. I feel like you got to be really, really careful in what you do, and I hope that she is careful in the stuff that she says and the way that she says things, because when she was on the podcast that I listened to, it was almost like nothing was off the table. Like she was going to talk about anything and everything, and whatever questions they asked her, she was down to answer. And I don't think that should be the case. I think
It sounds
some
like nobody's guiding her then.
Yeah, I do. I feel like she has
Yeah.
no guidance whatsoever, and she really, really needs it. And I would just really hope that and again, like who would that be? I know that she's close to her dad and her stepmom. They have a good relationship. Her stepsister, um, or her half sister, they have a good relationship. So I just really hope that those people are guiding her in the right direction to
Yeah.
make good choices and just to help her
But
not.
she's gonna have an acting out phase though. We already know it. I mean, she wasn't able to do that in her younger years. You tend to regress, you don't miss um developmental stages. You might pass one or skip one, but you will always go back to it. So I feel like she will have her, this isn't the last we'll see of her, and this isn't the last we'll see her, like, as far
I mean,
as
if you consider that the fact that she thought that prison was like freedom to her, what is being out? Could you
yeah.
imagine what
She's
she
like
must feel like?
Disneyland 24/7 right now.
24/7,
Yeah.
24/7. So that's the kind of stuff that it's like somebody's got to be there on the other end to reel her in and be like, okay,
Yeah.
slow down, Gypsy. Like, we need to take this like one step at a time, one day at a time.
Yeah,
Um,
no, that's for sure.
so hopefully, and yeah, we wish her the best of luck, and hopefully that she'll, that she has somebody, or she'll find somebody that will be willing to do all that and take care of her and help her to make, you know, good financial choices, good, you know, just
Life
good choices
choices.
in general
Yeah.
about everything. Because you take somebody who's just coming from prison, and I mean, the money, I can't even imagine the amount of money that this girl, just
Yeah.
in making her movie and everything, so hopefully she's going to be smart about all that. So, but I would love to hear everybody's opinion
Comment.
on, now that she's out and we've kind of seen, I can't even say seen a little bit of her. We've seen a lot of her. That's all you basically see is Gypsy Rose everywhere.
Yeah.
But I'm curious to see.
She's got like fan, I'm telling you, she's got like fan clubs and everything. I'm at work, I'm at my Starbucks job, and I got people like Gypsy Rose is out. Yay, let's go have
Crazy.
a drink for Gypsy Rose. And
You guys are going to have like a coffee named after her before
yeah,
long.
I'm surprised. I was really surprised at how much support she has for being out.
She'll
Like
probably have a meal at McDonald's pretty soon too.
the Gypsy Rose meal.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the Gypsy Rose meal.
Anyways,
Don't come at me, people, okay?
I don't think we're that right. We're just being funny right now.
Uh,
So yeah,
but
but no,
yeah, I'm
absolutely,
curious to see. So yeah, like leave your comments down below and let us know, because I'm just curious how, and I may be the minority. I may be looking at this completely different from everybody else, and but
let us
I'm curious to hear other people's take on this and
for sure.
what they think.
Awesome.
So yeah, so thank you for watching. We have an interview coming up that we'll probably post. Probably it'll go up next week, I'm assuming. We're hoping to do an interview this week with somebody.
We got it's a surprise. No,
What?
just kidding. I said it's a surprise.
Oh, it's a surprise. Okay, never mind. It's a surprise.
I'm just teasing. Yeah, no, we do. We have a few stories coming out. So, and just like, oh, awareness. You know what? There's things that need to come back into the public's eyes, because certain things get forgotten, and we
Yeah.
just don't want things to be forgotten, and for certain individuals to get justice. So
Yeah.
I do like doing those. I love doing those. So I'm really excited about it. So, because I
Yeah.
really would like um them to get justice, the family to get justice. So
Yep.
stay tuned. And
All
thanks for
right. Well, thank you very much, and we hope that you guys have a good week, and we will see you guys soon.
be safe out there. Bye.
Bye.